It was 30 minutes long. What the hell is this?
Shut up, man. You're supposed to do a hit show. Hey, guys.
Hey, it's the fat guy.
Hey, guys. It's Stimson. Chance. You're supposed to say your name.
Tramping out.
So, that's your other channel.
Subscribe.
Okay, so, this guy, he's going to be reacting to Dipper, I said Tipper. Dipper goes to Taco Bell. I reacted to this already, but I didn't record it. And let's just say,
There you go.
Warning, if you have a love of Gravity Falls, you won't after this. I guarantee you. Dipper goes to Taco Bell. It was a normal day in Gravity Falls, Oregon. Well, as normal as Gravity Falls gets anyways. Dipper Pines was reading his book and Mabel, his twin sister, was wondering what he was doing.
Dipper, are you gonna keep your nose buried in that strange book of yours all summer? You gotta go out, have an adventure!
Mabel exclaimed.
Not now.
Dipper said quietly.
I'm trying to code this.
He was looking at a cryptogram that said, Floyd Kibbe, Quisquizzle Kibbe. Dipper was officially stumped. He could not figure out what it meant, and it seemed very mysterious to him.
Uncle Stan is gonna take us to the diner for lunch, Dipper!
Mabel exclaimed. Dipper, however, was not in the mood for the diner. He was publicly humiliated the last time he went, and he figured the food wasn't very good anyway.
Mabel, I don't want to go to the diner.
Dipper said sullenly.
I want to go somewhere else. But there is really nothing else in town, unless you count the Taco Bell near the forest.
Mabel replied.
Taco Bell?
Dipper's ears perked up. He had never eaten at Taco Bell before, and ever since last week, he had a craving for Mexican food for some reason.
Well, why didn't we go to Taco Bell today?
Dipper asked.
Taco Bell?
Uncle Stan questioned.
Why do you want to go there? It smells like the bathroom when it gets clogged. I had my heart set on pancakes.
Mabel moaned.
Listen, you can go to Taco Bell if you want to, but don't come crying to me when you smell like expired onions. Fine, I will.
Dipper said harshly.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Uncle Stan said. But as he was exiting the mystery shack, the door hit him on the way out. Said Uncle Stan. He was laughing. So anyways, Mabel and Uncle Stan went to the diner, while Dipper tried to find the Taco Bell. He had brought with him his book and a couple bucks, but finding the Taco Bell was harder than he had previously thought. He had been looking around town for what seemed like days. The mystery book wasn't helping him either, until he saw a flicker of a sign in the forest. He went into the forest.
Why would there be a Taco Bell in the forest?
Dipper asked himself. I asked myself that too, Dipper. I just kind of rolling with it right now. Maybe they wanted to branch off. Oh, that was hilarious. After hiking for about an hour, Dipper finally got to the Taco Bell. But it sure didn't look like any Taco Bell he'd ever seen. It was surrounded by a barrage of giant oak trees in an open field, completely different from the rugged terrain of the Oregon forest. If it's surrounded by a barrage of giant oak trees, Arthur, it's not usually an open field. It's called forest. You stated that earlier, but let's continue. The open field was covered with at least 3 layers of pine needles, which got the attention of Dipper. He stuck his hand into the pine needles. Why the fuck would you do that?
Ow!
Dipper shouted, "Good, you motherfucker." A pine needle poked him. It hurts. It's fucking obvious. The restaurant, Taco Bell, looked like a silo, sort of. Well, it was very cylindrical. The outside had rusty picnic tables and looked like no one used them at all. Dipper walked up to the restaurant's door.
Should I go in there?
Dipper asked himself.
Starting to have second thoughts. Why is there a small, desolate Taco Bell in this forest, miles from the nearest road? But I guess it's my only option. Mabel and Uncle Stan are probably already done with lunch right now.
And they were. Mabel wondered why Dipper hadn't come back yet, but Uncle Stan didn't give a damn. So Dipper entered the restaurant, but he was relieved to see that the interior was normal, except for its nice silhouette. There were also no customers inside, but Dipper thought that was normal considering how the franchise was so isolated. He went up to the counter. There was only one cashier working the registers, a very old, slightly deaf, bored out of his skull cashier. Dipper decided what he wanted to order, and then approached the register.
Excuse me, I'll have a...
Oh, the cashier interrupted. Oh, okay, I guess I'll have a taco then, Dipper said. The cashier yelled.
I said I want a taco.
Dipper yelled back, "Okay then." The cashier said, then went in the back for a few minutes. When he came out, he was carrying Dipper's taco. "That'll be $1." The cashier said. Dipper gave him the money and went to sit down at the least grimiest table. He bit into the hot, spicy, juicy taco, filled with thick, pure meat, mild, tantalizing black beans, and sour, fluffy, sour cream. He enjoyed the single bite of that perfectly cooked taco and still tasted it in his mouth after he swallowed it. But as he was about to bite into it a second time, he felt a churning movement inside his body, something that he had felt often.
Oh,
Dipper said, then rushed to find the lavatory.
man, it really went through me.
Dipper said to himself. For some reason, the bathrooms were hidden in a corner far from the counter and far from the table he was sitting at. When he walked in, he found that the bathrooms were surprisingly clean, for a fast food restaurant anyway. And Dipper found this suspicious. All of the stalls were full and no one was using the urinals, but right on cue, someone walked out of one of the stalls. Dipper didn't pay much attention to who was walking out, but he was wearing a black and had a plastic bag with him. Dipper just had to go. Unfortunately, he didn't make it in time. He checked his pants and found the worst of all.
Diarrhea.
Dipper said.
Yeah.
He was about to leave the stove when he noticed a bulge in his pants. He touched the bulge. Once he touched it, he knew exactly what it was. It was an erection. Things are about to get spicier than the taco he just had. Oh, only I get to laugh at myself. He found himself completely aroused after touching it, and started to do it some more. Eventually, he was ready to hardcore masturbate. He didn't know what was arousing him, but he knew he was aroused. He took off his blue shorts and his soiled underwear, revealing his medium-sized but not small penis. The tip was bright flame-like.
It only gets worse from here, dog. It only gets worse.
Shut up there.
Oh, this is hilarious. Dipper started to yank his Johnson harder and faster. The 5-incher was getting pumped. Dipper's soiled hands started to feel bits of green on his dry fingers. Eventually, the medium-sized dick couldn't take it anymore and burst in an explosion of cum. The cum got all over the walls and toilet, and Dipper felt proud. He had creamed himself for the first time, but he was upset that it was not overwhelming.
No.
Dipper thought.
Oh, this is not enough for me. I need to release all of this.
With his erection still active, Dipper began yanking his penis again. It was much quicker, and Dipper come quicker. It was a bigger release than last time, and it began to rain Dipper seed. Dipper felt more proud than last time. His heart about to burst from all the droplets of cum falling down from the ceiling. He felt as happy as he felt on the day of his first snowfall of the year. He stuck out his tongue to taste the cum, shiny from the faulty fluorescent lighting the bathroom heat. He tasted it and thought it was one of the best tasting things in the world. Better than the largest chocolate bar, better than the rarest pig, and better than the taco he was having earlier. By now, he couldn't stop. He couldn't leave now and miss out on this great masturbation adventure. He wanted to taste the cum. He squeaked a handful of it off the stone and put it in his dirty, wet mouth.
I just look over here.
And another. He was getting more aroused by consuming the cum, and he released another bulb.
It only gets
That's
worse,
where
dude.
it's all coming from.
Dipper said to himself, cum all over his face and teeth. Dipper came up with a solution to get more hardcore adult masturbation experience. He was going to put it into action. He tilted his head down, sat down on the cum-covered ground, grabbed his hardened Johnson, and stuck it in his mouth. Once it was firmly in, Dipper began to suck on the bill.
This was a day for me to listen to
He
it.
sucked it like
Oh,
the
it's your
lollipop
turn.
he got at a county fair a while back. It tasted a lot like it, too. The legs were so expertly over his shoulder that he might have been a gymnast. The more he sucked on his hard dick, the more his aroused legs shook. Eventually, just when he was going to give out, he gave it his mouth. It was the best thing he had ever experienced, and kept on performing fellatio on himself. As he was stimulating himself orally, he accidentally fell over to his side. He broke from his penis and cummed on the floor. The floor was covered in so much of Dipper's cum that he started to make a snow angel of the cum, or a cum angel. He was eating some in the process. But then he looked to his side and immediately became so hard that the red tip was touching his short pubic hair. He saw what was causing it. He saw his underwear, covered in dark brown feces. He held up his underwear, which was covered in the comfort floor, and marveled at its rotten beauty. The feces was so beautifully ejaculated, so smooth in its sticky brownness, so perfectly fit in Dipper's white hands. He wanted his shit. He held the brown underwear like a fish on a lure. His sticky white lips did a sticky brown. Oh God, I'm gonna vomit. And put his sticky white lips into the sticky brown feces. His tongue was rubbing over. Oh God. His tongue was rubbing the crap all over his tiny whites, making his mouth all a brownish white mess. He was biting into the shit and sucked it in his mouth. It was more stimulating than ever before. He knew that he didn't need Wendy or Mabel or any of the girls in Gravity Falls. All he needed was a big pile of his shit. He took a scoop of it. I love that. And began to spread it all over his dick.
You know, see,
Every time he spread the crap, he was getting
it gets
more and
worse.
more rounds. Once his dick was completely brown, he came again. He filled up all the spots in the stall that weren't covered in Dipper's cum. Once again, Dipper took
Bro, I swear to God, if he like is masturbating to Mabel now, I'm gonna flip.
No, Dipper went.
It gets worse.
Bruh.
Now Dipper had to put the brown sticky feces all over his penis again, and boy did he do a good job. The brown stuff was all over his external genitals and his testicles. He had come a few times here and there. Now his beautiful brown genitals need to be cleaned, but Dipper didn't have any
I'm melting this.
This is funny, your reaction.
Why am I doing this?
Because I had to do it. It's your turn now.
Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes and imagine this, and I'm gonna.
Don't imagine it is worse. Just whatever you do not throw up. Okay.
He brought his erection up to his mouth and began to suck. This time he made it very clear to lick the feces off with his tongue, and as soon as the tongue touched his dick, he cummed. You know what, this is a very disgusting story, but I admire this boy's Jesus Christ. You know, if I was going to masturbate in a bathroom stall with a hidden Taco Bell in the middle of a forest in the middle of nowhere, Oregon, I would probably only be able to come once. Or twice, maybe twice.
That's just a narrator talking.
He was having the most fun he ever had in that bathroom stall and forgot who he was, where he lived, where he was, or what he was eating. All that was on his mind was his sweet cum. He just thought of a great idea. Dipper took a scoopful of diarrhea and a scoopful of cum, put it in the toilet. He flushed it, but before it went all the way down, he grabbed the wet pile of shit and cum and stuck it in his mouth.
Bruh.
Dipper was consuming all of the shit and cum in the toilet water. It tasted great. He kept doing it for God knows how long, and one of the times he hit his head against the toilet rim. Dipper's brain must have knocked out of place at that time, because this time, instead of putting the shit in cum in his food hole, he started to lather it on his penis again. He wanted more of his Johnson, but that would be a fatal mistake. Once it was covered again, he put it in his mouth and began to suck it.
Come on.
But did it too hard. As he was sucking and coming, he accidentally bit on his dick. This is... Oh, okay. Alright. As soon as he tasted the blood, he broke out of coitus and saw his lacerated penis. He saw a mix of blood and cum coming out of it, like out of lava, and his erectile muscle pointing out. Dipper grabbed
It
it
only
and
gets
riveted
worse.
it. He winced at it. He looked horrified. He snapped out of it all and tried to figure out a solution to the castration. He put some more diarrhea in the cum, but that didn't stop the bleeding. Dipper spit out the piece of dick that he had bit off. And reapplied it, but it worked. No matter how
Please don't throw up,
he
please.
acted, they all failed. He put more of his reproductive...
You know, trying so hard not to throw up, I'm crying.
But they
I
only
see
made the
it.
pain swell
Don't
up.
throw up, John.
Dipper was licking the blood off and trying to stop it, but the blood was coming faster than he could look. Now he was in ultimate pain and felt nothing like
You think
this.
he can pass
He
this
screamed
challenge?
as loud as he could until like no one could hear him. He was screaming louder and louder, saying, "Help! I bit my dick off!" He was going insane. He started to bang against the soft stall. I can't even. My brain is starting to break. The process of it, I'm starting to not be able to process the information that's coming out of the story. Because I don't think I've ever been so disgusted in my life, except, a couple times. Screaming, "Help!" as loud as he could yell. After a full 5 minutes with a large mix of blood-covered feces on the floor, he was banging his head against the stall. The banging was louder than the loudest thunderstorm, and yet no one came for help. Dipper was alone in the bathroom, installed with his beloved dick, out of near death, and unfortunately, he was near death. After one final blow to the head, the now screaming Dipper was now as silent as Christmas Eve. He fell to the floor, eyes turned skyward, and fell in a mix of his own blood-covered feces. At the mystery shack, Mabel was feeling very worried about Dipper, so she went off to try to find it. She went off into the forest first, she knew where it is, and surprisingly got there in less time than Dipper. Haha, what a great girl. Girls are better than boys. As she entered the newly cleaned door, she immediately noticed the once bitten taco at one of the tables, and immediately knew it was Dipper's. Mabel rushed into the men's bathroom. She liked the use of urinals, and rushed into a random stalls. It was her brother's. Mabel looked at how messy the stall was and how it was used to do the deed. Her pink sneakers were sticky from stepping into the round, rich brown mess.
I think he might throw up.
She walked around the messy stall for a bit and saw the most horrid sight she could imagine.
Do you want me to stop it?
Dipper's corpse. Mabel was welled up with tears at the sight of it and began to cry.
You want me to end the challenge?
Crying, she sat down and
You want
had
pass?
blood feces and covered Dipper's lifeless face. It was beautiful. That's right. Oh my God. I don't know if I'm gonna try so hard to finish this, but fuck. This is fucking disgusting. Oh God. Mabel brought Dipper's head up to hers and she kissed him. After pulling out of the kiss, Mabel enjoyed it, so she kissed him again. She didn't want to let go of Dipper. Not now. Not when he had just died. He was her brother after all. She held Dipper's naked corpse in her arms and she felt a tingling feeling in herself. And secret, dirty sigh.
Well, no one would care if we just did it, right? He's dead, and no one would know this restroom stall.
Mabel thought. She immediately came up with an answer. She pulled Dipper's head up to her head and kissed him again, only it was a judge kiss. Once Mabel was done, she put the body on the floor, and Mabel got down.
You're gonna clean that back up, right?
Yeah.
They stuck there.
Do you think you'll be able to pass
Mabel
this?
revealed her nice, clean, exposed virgin vagina. She took Dipper's corpse, not noticing the eternally bleeding penis, and brought it closer to his cervix. She rubbed her clitoris for arousal purposes before she stuck it in. And once the dick was firmly in, she finally felt joy in her life. She loved the feeling of losing it to her dead brother's body and started to get the honest feeling. She lost it. She finally lost it. She squealed in happiness like it spelled the movie Pursuit of Happiness because, you know, it's not H-A-P-I-N-E-S, it's H-A-P-P-Y-N-E-S, and started to French kiss Dipper harder. Her tongue almost touched Dipper's uvula. I know this is gonna get worse, but let's just keep fucking trying to go. If you are still here at this point, if you are still listening to me read this, fucking metal to you. Because even I want to quit. But I'm not going to quit. I'm gonna keep fucking going. She's sitting over there crying. And how terrible. She's literally crying. Her eyes are burning. Dying slowly. This is just one of the...
Oh, you want me to stop recording?
Her faint little heart. It'd be in quits forever. If only Dipper could kiss her back. After what seemed like hours, it wouldn't fit in. Mabel finally looked down at the now pretty messed up penis. Mabel couldn't look away at it. It was now swollen to the size of her. A mix of rainbow colors.
Who?
Mabel vomited on it, which only made it worse. It grew bigger and bigger.
Different.
She said softly. But Mabel started to scream. She was horrified at the sight of it and started to bark again. She tried to put a giant mix of blood compound pieces on the dick, but it didn't work. She tries to suck it all off, but found herself enjoying the sucking of the Dipper's penis blood.
No, I'm done.
You done? Go.
Alright, so, if you want proof, I definitely lost.
Dude, don't show him the puke. Oh, that's disgusting. Nathan, stop. Bro, that's gross. Dude, stop. Don't show me either.
I wasn't trying.
Okay, go.
Alright guys, so I definitely lost the challenge. I'm hungry now.
Did you lose your dinner?
Bro, I can smell the broccoli and stuff.
That's gross.
Like the broccoli and chicken and egg rolls. Bro, there's green. There's some green in there.
Nathan, okay, I get it.
Well,
it. I'll throw up again.
I smell it.
Smell it. Alright, just say. Is it bad that I don't?
Okay.
Is it bad that I passed this challenge? this challenge, but I didn't record it because I had no way to record it. But I did pass. Nathan lost. I feel bad. I'm sorry.
I love you. I'm sorry. Don't puke at me, please. I love you. I'm sorry.
Okay, guilty. This is for you. You told me to do it, so
You suck. Dude, like, I thought I was gonna pass that, like, easily, but dude,
that's
like,
why I stopped recording. I'm like, wait a minute.
bro, like, I wonder if you can see the puke come out of my mouth.
I
Like,
stopped recording. You're like, and then I stopped. And I was like, oh.
dude, like, it's so bad.
Oh. Anyway,
You
thank
can
you.
hear it slush.
Stop.
Listen,
No. Dude, I'm gonna puke on your bed. Stop.
Stop, dude, it smells so bad. Stop.
Stop. Okay.
I can smell it.
Oh, turn off that fan.
Turn it on. Turn it on. Turn it on.
No, it wasn't on.
Bro,
Bruh.
I'm making it go that way. Screw this.
Alright.
Ugh.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed, leave a comment down below and leave a comment down below what you want to see next. Any challenges, any reactions you want us to do, let us know. As you can tell, he has failed the challenge. So leave your punishment down below.
Punishment? What?
You lost the challenge. Actually, no, don't leave a punishment here. This
Yeah,
was
what the
punishment
hell? I
enough.
puked.
This is the punishment enough.
Yes, punishment. That was a punishment.
Alright, so
I didn't do nothing here.
stop. That's your punishment now. Now you're making them. That's their punishment.
What?
You're giving them a punishment.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is your guys' punishment.
I'm gonna go at the crate now.
Dude, what's in there?
Dude, there's a cap. Bro, did you have the cap in your mouth when you threw up?
No, the glass bottle top is in there. To keep the bottle shut. The bottle back there in between the two buckets. The top to that is in there. I'm just gonna show you. Like, look, no, like straight up.
I believe you. Stop.
Look, see?
Stop.
See the cap is right.
Stop.
The cap is. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been.
Sam.
Well, no, he wasn't even in the video most of the time. This has been Champs14, and thanks for making me puke.
You lost.
And we're out. High five.